Every 6 seconds, somewhere in the world, someone is diagnosed with diabetes. And every 7 seconds, someone loses their life to it. That's not just a statistic, it's a silent epidemic, claiming energy, health, and years of life from millions of people. But here's the shocking truth hardly anyone is talking about. The real solution doesn't lie in endless prescriptions, insulin injections, or expensive treatments. Nature has already placed an answer right at our fingertips. A simple, overlooked leaf that can lower blood sugar by more than half, melt stubborn belly fat, and even unclog arteries faster than some of the most prescribed drugs. Imagine this. 9% of seniors are missing this one thing. Not because it's rare, not because it's expensive, but because the pharmaceutical industry can't profit from it. There's no billion-dollar ad campaign pushing it, no glossy brochures at your doctor's office, and so most people never hear about it, even though it could be growing in their own backyard. Researchers have uncovered that this one leaf improved insulin sensitivity by an astonishing 67% in clinical trials. That's not just management of diabetes. That's reversal. That's giving people their lives back. And today, you're going to discover not just one, but 7 powerful leaves that can transform your blood sugar, strip away dangerous belly, fat, and protect your arteries from clogging. And at the end, I'll reveal the most powerful one of all. Before we dive in, I want you to pause for a second and think. How different would your life be if you could wake up without fatigue, without brain fog, and without worrying about your blood sugar spiking or crashing? How much freedom would it give you to live without fear of complications, without constant pills, and without feeling trapped in your own body? That's what these leaves can offer. Hope, backed by science, and proven by the lives of real people who took back control. Let's start with a leaf that hides in plain sight, curry leaves. For centuries, they've been used in Indian kitchens, tossed into curries for flavor. But scientists have discovered something astonishing. Inside these, humble green leaves is a compound called mahanin, which changes how your body burns fat and handles sugar. In one clinical study, people who drank curry leaf tea for just 30 days saw their fasting blood sugar drop significantly, while their triglycerides fell by nearly a quarter. That's not just numbers, that's protection from heart attacks, strokes, and nerve damage. Maria, a 55-year-old dental hygienist from Arizona, thought her life was set. She was stuck on metformin, exhausted, with a belly she couldn't lose no matter what she tried. But after adding curry leaf tea every morning, her blood sugar fell by over 40 points in just weeks. 6 weeks later, she had lost 9 pounds, most of it from her stomach. But the real miracle? She said she felt clear again, like the fog that had clouded her mind for years had lifted. Her doctor couldn't believe the transformation and cut her medication in half. Then there are guava leaves. Most people only think of the fruit, but the real treasure is in the leaves. Japanese scientists discovered that guava leaves contain compounds that block the enzymes that turn carbs into sugar. That means sugar never even gets the chance to spike your blood. In fact, in one study, people who drank guava leaf tea before meals had post-meal sugar levels 25% lower than those who didn't. And after 12 weeks of drinking the tea regularly, their long-term blood sugar dropped, as if they were taking a strong drug. Susan, a 64-year-old from Florida, was in the danger zone. Her doctor warned her that medication was next, but she wasn't ready to give up. She found guava leaf tea and started drinking it nightly. Within weeks, her bloating disappeared, her fasting sugar dropped, and her blurred vision cleared. 3 months later, her A1C was completely normal again. Her doctor was so stunned, he tested her twice, just to be sure. Now imagine a leaf so powerful, it's literally called the insulin plant. In India, this spiral-shaped green leaf has been used for generations, and science now knows why. It contains compounds that act like insulin itself, pulling sugar out of the bloodstream and into your cells where it belongs. In a clinical trial, people chewing just one leaf a day dropped their fasting blood sugar by more than 50 points in 1 month. Daryl, a 51-year-old security guard from Ohio, was days away from insulin injections. But after hearing about the insulin plant in a Facebook group, he ordered some. He chewed one leaf a day, and within weeks his hunger vanished, his weight dropped, and his blood sugar fell from 184 to 129. 3 months later, his A1C plummeted, and his doctor canceled his insulin prescription. Daryl swears that single leaf saved his life. Olive oil is world famous for heart health. But what about the olive leaf? It contains a powerful compound called oleuropein, which not only lowers blood sugar, but also improves how your pancreas works. In one study, olive leaf extract improved insulin sensitivity by 15% and boosted pancreatic function by nearly 30% in just 12 weeks. That means your body starts making and using insulin better again. Evelyn, a retired nurse from San Diego, switched her nightly tea to olive leaf tea. After 6 months, she had lost 15 pounds without exercise. Her A1C dropped from 7.8 to 6.4, and her doctor started cutting back her medications. She said the swelling in her hands and face disappeared, and she finally felt alive again. Mulberry. Leaves are another hidden gem. They block sugar from even entering your bloodstream by shutting down the enzymes that break down carbs. Clinical trials show they slash post-meal spikes by nearly half. Bernard, a Chicago taxi driver, used to live on bread, coffee, and diner food. His sugars were always sky high, but after his daughter gave him mulberry leaf tea, he started drinking it before meals. Within weeks, his sugar readings dropped dramatically, his belly shrunk, and his cravings disappeared. Then there are bay leaves. Most people think of them as just a spice, but when ground or brewed, they can slash blood sugar and cholesterol levels in weeks. In fact, one study showed people taking bay leaves daily dropped their fasting sugar by over 25% in just a month, while also lowering bad cholesterol and triglycerides. For Letitia, a grandmother in Mexico City, bay leaves were the answer she didn't know she needed. After just weeks of tea, the tingling in her feet faded, her blood sugar dropped by over 50 points, and her cholesterol improved so much her doctor stopped one of her medications, and finally the most powerful of them all, bitter melon leaf. Scientists have proven it can lower fasting blood sugar by over 50 points and improve insulin sensitivity by nearly 70%. That's unheard of for a natural remedy. Bitter melon doesn't just manage diabetes, it reverses the damage. In studies, it melted belly fat, reduced cholesterol, and unclogged arteries all at once. Hassan, a mechanic from Detroit, thought he'd be diabetic for life. His sugars were always over 200, his energy was gone, and his hands were going numb. But after, a customer told him about bitter melon leaf. He tried it. Within 2 months, he had lost 15 pounds, his fasting sugar dropped to normal, and his numbness faded. His doctor was so shocked, he told him to keep drinking it every day. Hassan now grows bitter melon in his backyard and calls it his daily medicine. So here's the truth. Diabetes is not an unstoppable curse of aging. It's not your destiny to suffer. Nature has already provided answers. Leaves that lower blood sugar, burn fat, and protect your heart. But the sad part is, most people will never hear about them because there's no money to be made in something that grows for free. But you know now. And knowing gives you power. Whether it's curry leaves, guava leaves, the insulin plant, olive, mulberry bay, or bitter melon, each of these can shift the course of your health. And the final one, the bitter melon leaf, might just be the most powerful natural anti-diabetic remedy ever discovered. So the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you wait for another prescription, another pill, or another warning from your doctor? Or will you take a simple step toward freedom, toward energy, toward life? The answer is growing all around us. Sometimes the cure really is in the leaves.